Is Jeff coming?
He's walking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mike.
Okay.
Did you find your agenda on in your chair?
No. I'm on the Aaron.
Okay. I'll wait till Mr. Botts gets in here.
Yeah, no, maybe.
All right. Everybody's here. I call this meeting to order. Barren County Fiscal Court Special Call Meeting, January 22nd, 2024, 9 a.m. Please call roll.
Jeff Botts,
Here.
Derek Pettigo,
Here.
Tim Durham,
Here.
Tim Coomer,
Here.
Marty Kinslow,
Here.
Ronnie Stinson, Brad Gross, Judge Byrd.
Here. Today's invocation is Mr. Tim Coomer's District 4. Today he gets to choose who will lead the invocation.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today, Lord, thanking you for your many blessings, that daily blessings that we just overlook. And thank you for us living in a great country, Lord. We just pray for your guidance and your wisdom as we conduct this court, that we would make the best choices for the citizens of this county. And we ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Everybody stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need to do the adoption of orders of the day. Welcome everybody today for being here. We didn't get to have last week's meeting because of the storm that hit, and this is the replacement of that meeting. And I'm glad that everybody made it through the storm. And that was 2 storms in 1 week is no joke. And before they even come up here to our road department, I don't think people understand sometimes. I've talked to the state this morning. I've talked to other people just to kind of get a comparison. And our planning and zoning gave us some numbers as well. In our county, we have about 343 miles of state roads in Barren County. And in the county, we also maintain county roads, 614 miles. So there's double amount of county roads as there are state roads in Barren County. The state has done a phenomenal job, and they always do. But I want people to remember, we're dealing with double the amount of roads. We're dealing with some very narrow roads that are, in hard areas to get to, and it becomes a safety factor also for our road department. So just everybody, please, we've made it through it. It's been, was day 8 of the storm. So we're hoping the temps, they're starting to rise today. Tomorrow will be, I think somebody said it'll be 60 degrees on Thursday, only in Kentucky. So we just want to thank them for everything that they've done. I know each of the magistrates want to do that as well. But, and they'll do that whenever the road department gets up here to do their portion. But, please remember that, and if you do get out, just be cautious. And on our schools, I know everybody's getting frustrated about kids not going to school. But it's not just us, it's every county around us. I think Warren County schools were even closed today, which is, I always like to do a comparison between those counties around us, but every county around us was closed as well. So we're all in the same boat, and it's Kentucky, and hopefully this might be our big storm, hopefully, of the year, and we can look forward to spring. So thank you again to our road department and everyone that took part in making sure that people could get to their work and understanding that.
Could I just make another comment on that? State roads have no dead ends either.
Yeah.
They're continuous from one to the other. To drive our 614 miles of county road, I'm not really know how many miles you actually have to drive. But if you count every dead end road, you have to turn around and come back out.
Yeah.
A lot of the other county roads, you have to get on a state road to get to them. If I was guessing, I would say you would have to drive at least 800 miles. If that's just
Right,
a
to actually
guess,
do the coverage,
to
right.
get the 614 miles covered.
Yeah.
And people just don't. It's 550 miles from here to Panama City. So if that gives
That's
you
a
a
good
little.
comparison. I didn't think
Yeah.
about that, yeah.
And so you add another 60 or 70 miles that aren't straight drive to Panama City without turning around. And people just, and a lot of people just don't understand that. But if you put it in that perspective, I think people understand a lot more.
Yeah, and also with them also being out too, I mean, it's a safety factor for the workers as well. You know,
Yes, yeah.
we have a lot of lake properties that are very dangerous in regards to cliffs, you know, right off, you know, and then the roads are narrow. And you know, it's a hard decision to make in some regards, but like I said, temps going up today, so everybody can get back to somewhat normal life. And but big thank you though to our road department and all the hard work that Jamie and his crew have done.
I'd like to thank the road department for what
Yes.
they've done and hours they've put in and what they've had to work with.
Yes, I agree.
And he said a big thing is what, they've had a lot of trouble with stuff, and that falls back on us to help them any way we can. I want to thank Jamie and Susan for what they've done, and all the guys down there as well.
Yep. Anyone else? Everybody gets to say something? Okay. Well, thank you again, and thank you to everyone being patient too. We had to close the county offices on Tuesday. That was just in the betterment and safety of all of our employees. I know the Helena's office, really, it was going to be a struggle too to make sure that, you know, for safety of getting people in and out too, because it was very dangerous that day. And so we appreciate everyone having patience with us on those days. So, thank you. Let's move on to the next. Announcements today. Also, we need to announce tomorrow morning, this for anyone else too, we're starting a new thing at George Jay's with the veterans group, the veterans benefits group. They're through the government. We're trying to get them to interact more with our actual veterans here in the area. We're starting Coffee with a Vet. If you're a veteran and you would like to attend this in the morning at 7:30 at George Jay's, any of the other magistrates you'd like to attend, we have a church that's sponsoring, I think, pancakes as well for the vets, but it's a way to get the veterans together and also interact them with the veterans benefits group so that everyone's aware of what they can apply for, what they can, you know, take part in for everything that they've sacrificed. So, Coffee with a Vet is in the morning at 7:30. You can join us, Michael, if you'd like to cover it. So, okay, that's the only announcement. Is there anything else coming back that I need to announce that's coming up? Any other events? I'm trying to think of my leaving anything else. Okay, I think that's it. Need to approve the minutes from December the 19th. Need a motion and a second.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gross, second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I've already done pretty much the announcements. Do you want me to go ahead? Do you want me to move you up to now? Okay, our jailer needs to speak. He has a meeting he has to attend. We're going to move him up for his committee report before we go into the actual reports to vote on. So, Aaron Shirley, please.
Good morning, Court.
Good morning.
I'd like to give you some year-end totals from last year, since we finished up December, because all our totals are always a month behind. Last year, we covered 1,957 miles of county roads picking up trash. We picked up 12,442 bags, 452 tires, 216 wildlife, and put in 72,384 hours with our inmates. At $15 an hour, we saved the county $1,085,760 just in labor. On the trash, that equivalated to 77.5 ton. And if you break it down by the pound, that's 155,000 pounds of trash that was picked up off the roadways. I was very pleased with our crews last year. They do a phenomenal job trying to get the trash cleaned up, make our county look nicer. The sad reality is we also want to help them and help our county, so we're asking the the people of the county, put your trash in a can instead of pitching it out the window. We can go down a road and we can clean it. 3 weeks later, you drive down the same road and it's ready to be picked up again. Also, we collected $18,786.55 in fees. We took in 233 inmates, released 267 last month. And I give this report once a year. This is on all our classes. MRT class, we had 456 people attend that class. Parenting class, we had 626. AM class, we had 395. P&D class, we had 183. GED class, we had 282. And we had 1,858 people attend church services there at our facility. So, like I said, I'm very proud of our staff and everybody that contributes to this to try to make it a better environment for everybody. Any questions for me?
Nope.
Thank you, Court.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, you got that, yeah. And Aaron, we'll vote on the contract and another portion of it, but we're good to go on that. No, you can go. If we have any questions, we'll call. Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, let's go into the reports. Need to approve the monthly financial report for December 2023, subject to audit.
Make that motion.
Motion by Durham,
Second?
second by Botts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. What did I skip?
County monthly report, do you do the monthly and the quarterly?
I just did the county monthly, didn't I?
Okay.
I believe you only did one.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do the
She's
quarterly.
getting ready to do the second.
Okay, gotcha, okay, I was confused, okay. Gotcha, thank you, Marty. Approve the county quarterly report, second quarter fiscal year 2023, 2024. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. County Attorney, you need to approve the County Attorney Monthly Settlement Report for December 2023. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Gross,
Second.
second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the County Clerk December 2023 Fee Settlement Report subject to audit. I need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion by Botts,
Second.
second by Durham. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the County Clerk 2023 Fourth Quarter Report subject to audit. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kinslow,
Second.
second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the 2024 annual order setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants for the county clerk. I need a motion and a second. Okay, motion by Gross.
Second?
Second by Botts. Any discussion? Just make sure we have to do this every year. We have to submit this to the state, basically, so. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I thought the sheriff said that, the clerk. Yeah, that's clerk. Okay, let's make sure. Gotcha. Okay. Need to approve the sheriff's December 2023 fee report, subject to audit. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion.
Motion by Coomer, second by Kinslow.
Yes.
All in favor say, or sorry, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion for the sheriff's 2023 fourth quarter report, subject to audit. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Durham,
Second?
second by Botts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the sheriff's 2023 final budget report. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
Second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, need to approve the 2024 annual orders setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants for the sheriff's office.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo,
Second.
second by Botts. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'll deal with Mandy on that. I think that's. Okay. Next up, need the building inspector. Is he here? No? Somebody was looking for him this morning, so I guess he's busy working. Coroner, is he here today to give a report? Nope. Okay. County clerk? Yep.
All right, well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a busy Monday down in my place. I've got a few out this morning. Some of them have headaches, and I could have a headache too. It's pretty bad down there. If you haven't been, come and join in on the party. We are on day 10 of the new system. As you all know, we were our last day to process motor vehicles under the old system was December 29th. And on January the 9th, we opened back up to the public for motor vehicle services. We didn't close. We were here training, and we still offered our recordings, offices, elections, all the other things that we do down there. But the system is still very glitchy. There's still lots of bugs. It's still running very slow. And no matter how hard or how fast or how kind you are, it just won't work. So we're just going to keep trucking along. We're still seeing major issues with processing our dealer work, which is very frustrating. And we've got some amazing dealers here in Barren County, and we strive to do our best to serve them. And then when they give us a product that just won't let us, that's very frustrating. And I know y'all will see the frustrations when you want your money at the end of the month. So that's hard for me. Historic plates, if a vehicle has a historic plate on it, we can't process it right now. I don't know what that problem is either. Tons of PVA issues are what we're seeing when we're trying to process something. It'll bring up vehicles that folks haven't owned in lots of years, and that's something that we were kind of aware of that was going to happen because it did the same thing when we switched the boat system out probably 5 years ago. So without the PVA, it makes it hard for us to be open our last Saturday of the month. So as of right now, we're not going to be able to be open this coming Saturday, which would be our last Saturday of the month hours, which ultimately, y'all, we're not making much money on those days. We have a full staff and no customers. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. But I like to offer some extended hours. So if we can, we're going to be open till 6 tonight for our regular Monday night hours. I hope we don't frustrate our customers more if they have issues that we can't resolve. But that's kind of the bad thing. The state, we're communicating with them, but they don't communicate back. So we're just at their mercy right now. But I promise you, if you have complaints, we're hoping maybe 10 more days things will look better. We're starting to see customers in this morning. The few that I've waited on, we're seeing February renewal notices have gone out, as well as March notices. They just hit us with both at once, and some folks never got their January renewal notices. So if you know anybody that needs to renew their January car tags, tell them to come on in and see us. Folks are getting pulled over now, and they are starting to get citations for having expired tags. So we're just running kind of sideways and not firing with all cylinders, but we're working real hard down there. So come see us. I know Tim came and saw us. He got to come and see us multiple times because it's just what it is now. So we apologize.
But you kept a smile on the whole time.
Yes, yes. Sometimes it's fake, but just joking. No, it is very frustrating. I don't think I've ever been so frustrated in my life, but it's just because we don't have any control over it.
That's right.
So I think if it were in my control, well, it'd be a little different, but it's out of my control. But I appreciate y'all, and the county has been so kind, and I bet their patience are wearing thin, just as mine are. So you just get to see the real me as I'm multiple staff out today, and I walk out to come up here, and we've got a line out the door, and the stupid thing is just sitting there spinning. So that's where we're at down there if y'all want to know. Any questions? No?
Well, I appreciate it, and if people seen you out there, you're working just as hard as anybody else.
Well,
You got a
that's,
great staff.
I'm not going to ask anything out of my staff that I'm not willing to do, and I know that's as all the other leaders of the county do around here. So I'm grateful to be able to serve the people, but I'm just sorry that it's not working right now. So, all right, thank you though. Anybody else? No?
Thank you.
Thanks, Marty. All right, see y'all.
Okay, Drug Task Force is not here today. He said he could probably give quarterly reports, he said, but monthly reports he couldn't probably do. Jail has already went. Parks and Rec Department.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Don't necessarily have any reports. Just want to give a few updates here to y'all real quick. So we started construction on the restrooms at the soccer complex. The restrooms now is under roof. We have got it dried in. The electrical and plumbing has been roughed in. Of course, we've hit this weather, so construction has halted there, but the good thing is that we've got it under roof, everything's dry, and should be ready to go for the spring. Park construction has begun at Jackie Browning Park. Larry Glass Construction, Chris Scott, that crew, I want to give a big shout out to them. They worked on 2 holidays to make sure that we get the new parking lot and the construction staging lane in. So once we get past this bad weather, construction can proceed accordingly. The park committee met. We'll be taking mowing bids for Jackie Browning Park and the soccer complex. The ad, it will go out this Thursday in the local newspaper, our county website, Parks and Rec's Facebook page. Information will be available Thursday here at the judge's office. Any local contractor can pick it up here at the judge's office. And then here in just a few weeks, spring softball and baseball signups will begin.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, just like he said, and we'll talk about that in the Parks and Rec committee meeting. Yeah, that's fine. I'll get into that. Thank you, Chris. So, Road Department. If you've got the strength to make it up here, Jamie. Yeah.
Good morning, Court. I didn't write a report this month, but I will say this. Mother Nature threw us a big curveball last week. 2 snows, Arctic temperatures. We've tried. We started a week ago Saturday, brining roads. We've worked every day. Thousands of gallons of brine, tons and tons of salt. Can't thank my group enough. Marcus helped me some. All the local businesses have stepped up, broken parts. And thank Magistrate Pettigill for helping me out in a couple bonds. But that's about all I got.
Yeah.
It's getting better. We're plowing snow today. Temperature's warming up, so.
Well, and a thank you to the state also for
Yes.
loaning us some salt
Yeah.
there because we have,
Yeah.
you know, we got
Yeah, just
put in a
second,
bind because of the
second storm did us in this time.
Yeah.
Second storm.
How many tons of salt you go through?
Over 500. Over 500. One snow.
Need more storage, don't we?
Well, we'll fill everything up and hope we don't keep getting 2 storms in a week.
You know, I know.
Every storm's different. I don't know
Yeah.
how to answer that either.
And I know, you know, sometimes always the negative is what you hear, but there's a lot of positive too. I mean, there is. There's a lot of positive that I've gotten, you know, in regards to,
We've tried
yeah,
every day.
not to throw other counties under the bus,
No.
but in comparison to the others, you know, I think Barren County did a great job. So,
That's for sure.
yep.
That's for sure.
Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great job.
You need to get some rest when this heat comes in. I will say that about Jamie, y'all. He will do everything he can, and sometimes he does almost too much and wears himself down to get it done. So, thank you. Okay, Sheriff's Department. Show off. Chris, you're crazy. Nothing against you, Chris. We'll say the same thing about you at the end of the spring. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Court. Not a lot to report. Obviously, we didn't have as much work as Jamie did, but we had our fair share. People in the ditches, fence rows, mailboxes, other cars, you name it. Hey, just a little blotter. Mine's not as comprehensive as the jailers, but for last year, we answered 14,000 CADs. Now, that's everything. That's domestics, wrecks, school traffic, cows out, problems, neighbor disputes, DUIs, that's the whole gamut, 14,000. December, we were down a little bit with 1,077, just anomaly, so to speak. Over the last few days, obviously the weather, as a shout out of praise, drivers took a little heed to the weather and maybe even applied a little common sense, because our accidents for the weather portion were pretty minimal, honestly. So people did a good job driving or paying attention to the forecast or whatever they did, but they really did a good job. I mean, we had a few, obviously, but not like a surprise storm that would hit us, halfway through the day or something like that. So just wanted to point that out on that note. That's about it for mine. Any questions?
Thank you all, though, for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, Administrative and Budget Committee was canceled. Marty, you gonna say anything, or just okay? Building and Property Committee was canceled. So, Jeff, do you need to say
No.
anything?
No.
Okay. Economic Development Committee, canceled. Brad, do you need to say anything? Okay. Emergency Management Solid Waste Committee. Ronnie?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so the Solid Waste and Emergency Management Committee met Friday, January the 19th, and mostly just a year-end review of our operations. Couple of things. One, I want to thank the road department too, and also all the volunteer fire departments that stayed out in that mess. This time, Marcus, you want to give us a recap of the solid waste for the year?
Morning, Court.
Morning.
The 2023 annual report for litter abatement, we had reported 1,814.4 road miles, collected over 12,522 bags, litter from roadway 125.22 tons, weight to landfill that I cleaned up plus the fall cleanup. It's not counting the spring cleanup. We didn't have tonnages off that. We done 36.419 tons to the landfill. Total weight to the landfill throughout the year between the roadway and myself, 161.639 tons. We collected or recovered 1,593 tires scattered all over the county. Total wildlife picked up was 229, and we responded to 413 complaints from citizens in the county. The 2023 litter abatement grant was expended, so no money back to the state this year. Check that block. Remind everybody our spring cleanup will be the end of March, the last week, and our tire amnesty should be sometimes in April. Just start monitoring the Facebook pages. We'll put it out in the newspaper and everything else. So, and that's all I got.
Now, I will say this, Marcus, last year when we first came into office, we actually had to send money back to Frankfurt. Yeah, from a grant that we are given as a county because we didn't expend it and we couldn't show where it had spent. And Marcus did an excellent job with that this year, and we spent every dime of that cleaning up this county.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up.
All right, Marcus, I'd like to thank you for the job you've done this year. It's been excellent. Thank you very much. All right, Garland, if you don't care, would you give your year-end report, please?
Briefly, emergency management responded to 58 total incidents in the calendar year 2023. Of those, 2 disasters, 3 industrial fires, 5 hazmat incidents, 20 search and rescue missions, 13 special events, 14 transportation incidents, and 2 technical rescues. Historically, it was never kept up with how many incidents EM responded to, so I don't know if we're on track more or less than in previous years, but last year was 58 total incidents. Income, all sources of revenue that came in through the Emergency Management Office, whether it be grants, reimbursement, or billing for some of our hazmat services, was $249,077. Any questions of me for emergency management?
Nope, but I think over a year, I will tell you this, Garland has brought in more money from emergency management than we definitely have had in numerous years before. He's done a great job in that, and I will say this, he spent, what was that, like the entire day on Thursday on I-65 with an oil spill. And so, you know, he does a lot of things we don't see, but he does everything that's needed, so. Okay, Ronnie, are you done?
I'd just like to
Okay.
thank Garland for his job also, and that's all, my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, Jail Committee. This was Mr. Durham.
We met last Friday and spoke about what Aaron's got to talk about today is about the lease on the computers for the jail. He's got a lot of computers that's older and not his. He's got his is good, he said, and a couple more than the office, but he's trying to keep updated on all of his the people and the employees of the jail. So Aaron wants to get up and tell about what
He's on the phone.
what he's got to talk about. He's went through Bettner Communications, looked at buying 10 computers or leasing 10 computers. That is with all the updates that goes with these computers as well. And he's brought in a bid for it's to figure up the second, and he's also has been talking about a repeater, but these are mainly the computers on here, talking about $1,900. The whole bid total was $7,151 is what the bid on these computers was, and he was asking for a motion to get these computers and get them fixed up for the jail.
Okay, so the bid is with Bettner, sorry, I'm choked up here, sorry. What is that, which company name? I'll just make sure I'm putting the
Bettner Communications.
Bettner Communications, and the total amount, just making sure I'm reading the amount right, because there's a different amount in there, but I just don't want to put it in wrong. But you said $7,151.
Yes.
That's what we're pushing through. Yeah, where's that?
Are you adding up the $1,900 on that too?
Well, I'm looking at, there's one page that says 11,000, so I just want to make sure I'm not.
11,000?
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was making sure. I didn't want to push it through.
He's got a serious situation going on right now at Louisville.
Say it again, what? Okay, it's 11,000 for 3 years. That's the total for 3 years. Yeah, okay, that's, I was making sure I'm saying it right in the motion, okay. So the motion is for a 3-year lease totaling $11,900 with Bettner Communication. So Mr. Durham is making the motion to approve this lease contract totaling $11,900 total for 3 years with Bettner Communication. Do I have a second?
Just want to make sure we got this right.
I
Sorry.
believe
Let's go ahead and
it's-
second, then we can discuss.
Okay, that's fine.
I believe it's worded wrong.
How do you, what do we need, what do you mean?
What I've got wrote down, and I might have written it down wrong, I got the behind, it was 11.9. The lease actually works out to 13,234. Yeah, okay, so that.
Okay, so everybody's
We
going
had
to do,
brought up the text, yes, okay.
we need to do it all in one bit because of the special called meeting. We need to do it in that one
Okay.
motion. Making sure I'm right, because it's on there as that. We need
Basically, what
to do
is
it all in
is
one.
The total was 11,000 something if we buy them straight out. With the lease agreement, it is 13,000 with the tech support, computers, everything. After the 3 years, they belong to us.
So what are we trying to get done today?
We're leasing the computers for the next 3 years, which is $4,500 a year. 44 or something. I'd have to go back and
The total's all we
refigure it
need.
up.
Yeah, that's what I just need to make sure the motion is correct.
Total.
So do we need to make the motion then for,
Let me grab my paper. I've got it wrote down.
that's fine, yep, okay, that's fine.
And I would like,
Thank you for catching that.
and I would like to point out that the lease agreement broken down over the life of it is less than the budgeted amount in the line item for that equipment.
Gotcha.
So even though it's more.
To lease and buy, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting,
Do you get tech support, he said? Yeah,
and it is below budget.
okay. Yeah, that's what, yeah. Well, we haven't seconded or anything on it, so we're still in the,
We haven't seconded because we didn't have discussion without second.
who second? I didn't have anybody second.
Remember seconded.
So you did second it?
So we could
Oh, so,
discuss it.
okay, so we need to amend the motion now. Okay, what is that total then for the 3 years?
Where's that?
Okay, we'll go. Motion to amend, vote on amend, and then vote it all again. Yeah. Okay, so we're voting then for, this is the total then for the 3 years. Okay.
At the
13,224 and 60 cents.
I'll make a motion to amend the original motion to the 13.2 for the lease.
Okay, so
13.234.
did you get 2, 3? I thought 2, 2, 4.
224.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
67.
Yeah, so we are, Mr. Gross is making the motion to amend the original motion to $13,224.60. $224.60 with Bettner Communication to do the lease for 3 years. So I need a second for Brad's amended motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, so that you're making a second. Kinslow seconded that. Gross. Okay, the first one was Durham and then Coomer. Yeah, yeah. And then the amended was, when we figured out it's the lease we were doing, is Gross and then Kinslow. You got it? Okay. So we need to, all in favor say aye for the amended motion. Yeah, we're voting on the amended. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, we have to go back now and vote on all of it. Yes, yes. Now, okay, so now we're going to vote again to get it all done. And so now we are to $13,224.60, 3-year lease for the jail's computer, the computers at the jail. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Oh, did you say no? Okay, Betty Go said no. So everyone else was yes.
The first motion, everybody was 7 in favor.
Yes, yeah. Well, actually, no. The first would be a vote to the amendment. All in favor,
Vote on anything,
yes.
I don't understand.
But the vote to the actual motion, it was 6-1, yes. Hey, this is a good training session. It is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we got that done. Okay. Is there anything else? Well, jail committee, that was all you had, right? Mr. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, well, good thing he was able to handle that. Okay. Parks and Rec Committee, need to discuss okay, Parks and Rec Committee. Go ahead.
Park and Rec Committee met Friday, January 19th, 2024 at 1 p.m. We discussed the mowing and spraying contract for the 2024 season at Jackie Browning, which Chris stated earlier that it goes out Thursday, January 25th through Wednesday, February the 14th, 2024. We also discussed spring league fees for 2024 softball and baseball season. The motion was made by Brad Gross, second by Tim Durham, that we raise the fee for each child from $55 to $60. And that's about it.
Okay. Why? I think it's through. Yeah. So going back to what Mr. Pettigo said, we did discuss the field ground maintenance for Red Cross and Eastern Elementary, but nothing was voted on. But the big thing is we are putting these bids in the paper this week. We're putting the packets out on Thursday this week. You can pick them up here for the mowing contract bidding for Jackie Browning Park, and the soccer complex will be the same thing on Thursday as well. Those bids are due by February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Easy to remember in this office so that we can begin that in the spring season. So we will put that out so that everybody has a chance to make sure and put a bid in for those. Okay?
Hey, Judge?
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, as far as the fees go, our fees are still lower than a lot of the counties around us, or at least in line with the majority of counties around us. So it's not an extravagant amount to look at, so.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's move into, and I never heard back on the sign there, so we'll just wait on that one. So I never heard back. I mean, not saying that's done, it's just I haven't heard back from him yet. So Transportation Committee was canceled. Do you have anything you say, Mr. Coomer?
No, just continuous shout out for our road department. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. We have no old business, but let's go into new business. Need to approve the payment of claims as presented. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo. Who was this one down here?
Second.
Kinslow, second by Kinslow. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Need to approve the transfer of the funds. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kinslow.
Second.
Second by Botts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Harry Erskine with Cornerstone Information would like to speak to the group.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, honorable members of the Barren County Fiscal Court. My name is Harry Erskine, and I represent Cornerstone Information Systems. I got the privilege of meeting some of you all at the KCO convention in December in Lexington, and for those of you all who I didn't, it's nice to meet you all today. So I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about Cornerstone Information Systems and what it is for and what it means for Barren County and Barren County Fiscal Court. For 40 years, we've been offering innovative and reliable IT services, from cybersecurity to network solutions and infrastructure. We pride ourselves in the ability to meet about any technological need. Our team, comprising of local professionals, is not just skilled in technology, but we are passionate about also empowering our community. That said, our community involvement extends beyond just our business. We are also your neighbors. We're here. You may know Paradise Point's family business down the road. We're here. We're in our neighbors. We're trying to not only increase our security, but our awareness of our community when it comes to the mysticism that is technology. We see ourselves as more than just an IT company. We are your partners in progress. Our expertise and local presence make us a valuable resource for Barren County Fiscal Court, whether that's enhancing your IT infrastructure, jail computers, next time, and ensuring robust cybersecurity, providing expert consultation. We are here to show you that we're your asset, and we are a resource that we are lovingly trying to get out. In closing, I'd like to express the gratitude and the great privilege it is to introduce ourselves and the opportunity to tell you a little bit about Cornerstone Information Systems. We are excited about the potential to collaborate with Barren County and Barren County Fiscal Court and see what we can do to continue the ongoing growth and success for this county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we're on the agenda is accept the retirement resignation letter of Fiscal Court Clerk and Finance Officer. We need, I guess, a motion and a second. I can read it. Tammy, beside me, is retiring at the end of February 29th, 2024. It's her 45th anniversary of employment with the county and state government, and was December 18th, 2023. So you have a lot of experience. I have been blessed with employment opportunities in Hart, Simpson, and Barren counties, plus the Barren River District Health Department and the Kentucky County Judge Executive Association in Frankfort. She's been blessed to meet numerous wonderful people and experience a variety of opportunities to learn and experience the life of county government. The decision to retire was difficult. I want to thank each of you for hiring me and putting your trust in my ability to fulfill the duties and responsibility of the jobs I was hired to complete. I hope I have been an asset to Barren County Fiscal Court. I appreciate each of you and the devotion of you have to Barren County and the citizens living in this county. May God bless each of you, my new life adventure, and those who will be hired to replace me. If I can be of any assistance to either of you in the future, I hope you will contact me. Thank you for the chance to be the Barren County Finance Officer and Barren County Fiscal Court Clerk. Tammy Branstetter. Tammy, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad we still have you around another month. This is not your last fiscal court, so we got you around for one more month. I know she's going to have an opportunity now to help out her daughter and her grandchildren. And like you said, you've had a long history of work in county government, state government, and we'll miss you here at Barren County. So thank you. Yes. So do we need a motion and a second to accept it? Is that how we need to do that, or do we need to do that? Okay. Okay, I need a motion and a second to accept the retirement resignation letter of Barren County Fiscal Court Clerk and Finance Officer.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that which leads into the next one. Approve personnel actions as presented. Need a motion and a second before I can discuss.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer. Second by Mr. Gross. Okay, we are approving the hiring today of Shanda Bradley as the Finance Officer and Clerk for Barren County Fiscal Court Clerk. I interviewed me, Garland, and Mandy. We put this posting out in December for the position, and we interviewed 7 people. We had about 14 different applications came in. After interviews, Shanda was selected. Shanda is a graduate of Caverna High School, so she's a local Barren County girl, and we're excited to have her here. Shanda Bradley will start officially February the 8th, 2024, and has already been doing some training hours. Tammy's been wonderful about preparing Shanda. This is a big job, extremely big job, and I've never said it's not a big job. And so we're excited to give Shanda the opportunity, and we're thankful that Tammy is going to be able to work with her, not just right now, but in the next month to prepare her to take on this role. We are also hiring Mr. Gary Somerville as Assistant Finance Officer and also just part-time in staff in the office. Gary brings numerous years of experience. He is an accountant, as well as he worked in federal government and dealt with different things like that. And there's numerous ways that Gary will be able to help this position, as well as other things that we have going on in the office to make things more efficient. And like I said, huge job. And I appreciate everybody that interviewed for that opportunity. So this is hiring Shanda Bradley and Gary Somerville. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Gary starts officially today. Sorry, I didn't say that. So thank you, Gary. Okay, next up. Approve the appointments to the boards and councils as presented. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Durham. Okay, we have some placements we need to replace. The Ambulance Service Corporation is Mr. Garland Gillum. He will be replacing a board seat that is vacant at the end of this month. He will be replacing Jackie Brown's position there on the board. He's actually on the board right now serving in my role. He did that for me for this last year because he had experience with the ambulance that I felt he had more of a valid reason to assume that role than myself. Next, I will actually take my seat back on the board starting in the next February meeting. So I will go back in my role, and Mr. Gillum will then be on the board replacing that board seat. So that will start in February. Ambulance Service Taxing District Board, Jeff Job will be replacing Denise Billingsley starting January 17th through January 17th, 2026. Mr. Job reached out and asked us if we would consider him for something to serve on, as he is willing to serve for our community. And we'll put him on that and let him kind of help. That board basically is the ones, the ambulance, the taxing district, they approve the payments to the ambulance. And they only meet, I think, twice every other month. I think so. Tourist and Convention Commission, Matt Compton will be replacing Mr. Robert Smith is stepping down. He's had some health issues, and he will be stepping down out of his role. And Matthew Compton, he is very involved with Entertain Glasgow. He works here in for a local business with Bailey and Gibson, and he is very knowledgeable about about tourism, and like I said, he does a great job with Entertain Glasgow. So those are my three. If you have any other comments, so what is this? Oh, okay, Joseph. Okay, and we'll do. We can do roll call vote. It's approving all three.
Jeff Bott,
Yes.
Derek Pettigo,
Yes.
Tim Durham.
Yes.
Tim Coomer,
Yes.
Marty Kinslow,
Yes.
Ronnie Stinson,
Yes.
Brad Gross,
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. And thank you for everyone that's willing to serve on boards. A lot of times people don't understand that those are not paid positions of any capacity. Those are just people willing to volunteer their time to better the community. So, approved memorandum of understanding with the Housing Authority of Glasgow. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Coomer. I think you got it first. Any discussion on this? This is just basically our annual. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Coomer asked me to.
Oh, no, this is an annual. You're right. This is annual.
In March, we purchased the property at South Franklin and College Street for Emergency Management, Sheriff's Office, Coroner's Office. Since then, you all have approved Bradshaw Fencing to erect a fence for the back lot for storage. In the discussions and surveying of putting up that fence, it was going to fall about 2 feet short of an existing fence for the Glasgow Housing Authority. Since then, Mike Richardson and Rich Alexander have been back and forth with getting us an MOU that we can use that fence as our property line and then erect fences on the other three sides. So it's been a long process. You already voted to erect the fence. Now this is just allowing us to maintain the fence already there for the Housing Authority. So in this MOU, we get to use that dead piece of land, a couple feet of land, but we will be responsible for maintaining the fence as our own.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Kelly Kidwell, Dinsmore, yes, and Schlow is on the Shoal. Louisville, Kentucky, discussed the bond issue. You'd like to go ahead?
Yeah, so I spoke with Judge Byrd and Mike Richardson the week before last. I'm an attorney up at Dinsmore in Louisville in our public finance department, so we work on tax-exempt bond issues for municipal corporations and 501c3 nonprofits. We've been brought on to a transaction for a nonprofit corporation that is in the process of purchasing, I think, 30 skilled nursing and rehabilitation centers across Kentucky and Tennessee. To do so, they are having a series of tax-exempt nonprofit bonds issued for them by an authority up in New Hampshire to finance the purchase of these nursing facilities. And the federal tax code imposes several hoops that these 501c3 organizations kind of have to jump through in order to get, bonds for these purposes. One of which is just getting the approval of the highest ranking elected official in each county where the facilities are located. They're purchasing 2 in Barren County Nursing and Rehabilitation, and Glenview Health and Rehabilitation. So we spoke with them and they asked if, I'd come in and just kind of explain to you just exactly what we needed from the county, and that's just Judge Byrd's approval, just that the bonds are being issued and that there's a facility in Barren County that's going to be purchased with those bond proceeds. The county is not going to take on any debt, no risk. The approval is solely limited for this one section of the tax code. Like I said, very limited. There will be a public hearing about the bond issues. We'll publish a notice of that in the local newspaper here once it gets scheduled. It'll be held. Louisville Metro government is going to host it, but it'll be accessible via toll-free phone number that'll be provided in the notice. And then after that, we'll provide any comments. 99% of the time, no one joins the hearings or has anything to say about the bonds. From there, we'll provide any notice for review, and then just need Judge Byrd's approval on that. And so we just kind of wanted to fill everyone in so you all knew. There's no resolution or official action that's required, just the approval of the highest ranking elected official. So if there's any questions, happy to answer those.
And nothing will happen right now. You're just giving us that this is what's
Yes,
coming. There'll be
yeah.
public meetings,
Yes.
and then basically.
Yes, so they've applied to schedule the public hearing, but it hasn't been scheduled yet. We've been kind of poking them to get that on the calendar. But as soon as we know, we will, circulate a copy of the notice just so you all can see it and the approval. Again, like I said, it'll be very limited in nature, but we'll give it to you all as soon as we have the dates buttoned down on that.
Okay.
So my understanding now, we receive property taxes from this facility because it's privately owned. And then with this, we will not receive any property taxes because, since it's a nonprofit. Is that?
It depends on if they own the building too. Do they own these buildings, the ones that are selling out? Does that make sense? If the business is nonprofit, it's a totally different setup than if the property owner is.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the property owners. I know the purchaser is a 501c3 nonprofit entity, so the operations will be nonprofit. I'm not sure about the building.
Right, I don't think,
itself.
not all nonprofits are released of all of that when it comes to property taxes, but now business, they are. Yeah. Now I can find that out. Yeah, we're not signing anything today.
Right.
She's just kind of, But that is a good topic to bring up, because I don't know if they own the buildings or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can check
Yeah.
with the working group and see. Like I said, our involvement is pretty limited, just kind of coordinating all the different counties. There's, I think, 16 different counties in Kentucky where they're buying facilities. So, but I can check on that for sure when we get back with you all with the other information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down.
Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you need me? I've messaged him, but he's not responded.
It is Dale.
Did he write you back and say that? Did he write you back and say that? Okay. Yeah, there's too much. We'll deal with that in a second. Okay, next up, vote on resolution to recognize the discontinuance of Old Oil City Road. I need a motion and a second to discuss.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo. Second by Coomer. I'll turn it over to Mr. Richardson, yeah.
Okay, so sometime back, Mr. Coomer and Mr. Kinslow, one or the other, was contacted by some constituents that lived or owned property on Oil City Road, which everybody knows is that, that road there that connects to the bypass where the Elmore Realty business is located right at the beginning. But we're talking more at the end, right where it connects to the bypass. And I was brought in to discuss the legal specifics, and I had met with the survey company that was involved. And basically what happened was, back in the early 2000s, as everybody knows, when they constructed the bypass, obviously it was like a 300-page form the Commonwealth had to submit to show what exactly they wanted to do. And one of the maps that I had provided to the magistrates shows one of those maps, and a portion of it's highlighted. And what had happened was, according to the surveyor, is that the Commonwealth came in and bought up a lot of property. Now, some property they ended up not using, and they deeded back to the different owners. But there's two different persons or entities on that road that right now have what used to be a portion of the Oil City Road. I think it ran into, it's like a dead end. A large chunk of it has now been grown over because what happened was basically the road was kind of turned up a little bit to get onto the bypass due to various topographical issues, I'm sure. But basically what happened was there was a portion of it that started not being used anymore, and that's been the case now for several years. One of the parties that owns property on that road had hired an attorney, and I had talked with him about it as well. And basically what's happening is the Commonwealth, and the surveyor told me this as well, the Commonwealth will deed back a portion of that property that lies in between where the new Oil City Road is and that older portion. It's like a big chunk that's kind of like no man's land right now. They can deed it back to those individuals, but that cannot happen until they have something in writing showing that that older portion has basically been discontinued. Now, the way it normally works, if you want to close a road that's been accepted into the county road system or any type, you have to, obviously there's notices, you have to post things. That doesn't apply in this situation because this has been discontinued as a matter of law. So basically, when you have a road that's been not used, it has to be at least for 3 years, used or policed, I think is the word they use in the statute, or it's not used by the public, or it's not necessary for a private party to use as an entrance, meaning by taking it, we're not cutting somebody off, and that's not what's going to happen here. They already have their own entrances, one of which was built by the Commonwealth when they made that new portion of Old City Road. When that occurs, a discontinuance happens, as we call it, as a matter of law, meaning it's automatic. There's no action that has to be taken by the fiscal court. It just happens. The reason why we're needing to do something in writing is because the Commonwealth needed something there in writing to show that that is actually the case and that we're recognizing that before they go back and deed all that property back to those adjacent landowners, which would, occur in these types of situations. So we really don't have to do a lot of work. It's the Commonwealth that's going to do the deeding and all that work. What the fiscal court is having to do is basically have to do some type of legal recognition that, oh yeah, we recognize that this has been in fact discontinued as a matter of law. We're not using it. Public's not using it. And Mr. Coomer can provide any details if you need the specifics. But this is based on my conversations with the surveyor, one of the party's attorneys. I think we're all in agreement that this is all that needs to be done for this property to be taken care of. So basically, you're helping out the constituents by, their dealings with the Commonwealth, but this is all that's going to be required of us.
Anybody have any other questions? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so I can sign off on that. Okay, we do need to make an amendment before we close out. For the jail, the lease on the computers at the jail needs to be through Dale, not through Bettner. So do I need to make a motion, an amendment? I need an amendment to that?
Yes, you can, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like?
I mean, yeah, you're going to have to.
Yeah. So we need an amendment to the motion original that we just voted that goes to Dale for $13,224.60 for the lease of the equipment. And includes the tech as well.
I make that motion.
Okay, so Coomer is voting to amend the motion.
Second.
Durham is seconding it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And then we need to redo it again.
Well, I mean, usually when something's voted on, that's it. But I mean,
Okay.
But in this situation, I think it's fine. Just go ahead and bring it back up with the amendment to make sure that all our ducks in a row as far as.
Okay, so we're going to do it one more time, just make sure we got it again, to make sure everybody's good. Yeah, okay. There was a lot of papers. It was really confusing on that. Okay, so the Dale Financial, we are approving the Dale Financial lease for the computers at the jail for a 3-year lease, $13,224.60 for 3 years, including tech support. I need a motion and a second for the last time.
Make that motion.
Durham. I need a second. Second by Coomer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Let's get them computers in because that was, okay. So anyway, that one's done. Okay, got it. Okay. Yes, and pass that off. Okay, next fiscal court meeting will be February the 20th, 2024. That's our regular scheduled date. Committees, just make sure you note, the day before is President's Day. So you will and county offices are closed on President's Day. We approved that, didn't we? Yeah, so county offices are closed on President's Day. So we just need to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I mean, on those meetings, they'll need to probably be special called meetings. I'll try to get them in on the Friday before or that week before, okay? So just make sure you note that if your committee meeting, okay, yeah, if your committee meeting is on the Monday before the meeting, you need to reschedule it within the week before, okay? Okay, go ahead.
The Planning Commission will have a public meeting here next Thursday, January 30th from 5 to 6. That meeting is going to be over the beginning of your 2024 comprehensive plan, the goals and objectives element of that comp plan, which is kind of your blueprint guide for county development over the next 5 years, as well as a review of our subdivision regulations to help maybe streamline those. So if you can make yourself available, that'd be wonderful.
What was the date again?
January 30th from 5 to 6 p.m. here at Fiscal Court Building.
That's the judges' conference. Well, I mean, they all go to it too.
I'll get to,
Okay.
I'll get all the info to you, but
Okay.
it's just the beginning of the process. That's the first.
Is that the first day of the conference?
Thank you.
The 30th? Okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll figure something out. I usually don't go up the first day,
That's
so.
the best kind to have, Kevin. Nobody can be there.
Okay, anything else?
Hey, Judge?
Yes.
I'd just like to give a shout out to the road department, all of our first responders, whether it's the sheriff's department, police department, electric companies, gas companies, Let's Go Water Company.
Yep.
I mean, most of us are home worried about whether our heat and our internet are coming in, and they're out in all these cold temperatures, and they are appreciated. If they don't understand that, they really are. And so I just want to give a shout out to all of them.
Yeah, it's been cold too. Okay, anything else? Any other announcements that I don't know about? Nobody? Okay. I think we're good. Hopefully everybody will be back to school tomorrow. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Coomer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
I doubt very seriously this year.
You don't think so? Yeah, I know.
You're slacking, it was an hour and 4 minutes.
I know, usually.
She went over an hour.
Yeah. You're normally right on it.
It was because of the change.
Yeah. Yeah, oh God,